Okay, on an unusually warm December holiday, Christmas season day, outside of Johnny's Bagel and Deli, part two of, I just find, in all honesty, hopefully you find this interesting also, but I just find it interesting about an actual recruiter and, a recruiter versus, and why, like part one covered why, you wanted to do this, things like that, where you really don't hear too much from the other side of it. So you always hear about the job seekers side,
Sure.
but not from the behind the scenes side.
Well, starting with just some simple basics, it can be a very lucrative business. It's high risk, high reward. Most recruiter positions, regardless of who you're working with, if you're working for an agency of some sort,
Right.
are going to be straight commission.
Yeah.
They're good commissions. They're attractive, they're compelling, it's a thriving industry. The demographics show going forward, as the baby boomers retire, you're never going to be able to replace all those jobs with technology and increased efficiency. It's going to take human talent. It's going to be a human talent shortage as those folks are being flipped out with the, as many call the entitlement generation.
Yeah.
So finding real talent that can help you grow your business is always going to be a valued skill, and just being able to deliver that is where that skill is compensated, and compensated well at times.
Okay.
It's a challenge. I knew, as I said earlier, I knew I wanted to get into a sales capacity. Ours is absolutely a sales job. People say to me all the time, "You work in HR." I said, "No, I work with HR." Recruiting is a component of HR, but recruiting is its own animal. Mm-hmm. And we work, again, hand in hand with our clients, work together, profile what they're looking for, and really try and get them the best fit for their organizations.
Okay. Now, here in the Lehigh Valley, what people don't realize is the Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton, even Whitehall and Shanksville area, this is pretty much a college town, a college city area, where the amount of schools here, in fact, the amount of higher rated schools like Lehigh over in Bethlehem, for anyone who would like to, experience it, like even people who, like in their 40s and 50s who, I want to try something new, I've hit the point where I've pretty much seen all and done all, I want a new challenge in life. What type of skills would they need for this? Like what advice would you give them as far as if they want to, because obviously this isn't for, like, being a recruiter probably isn't for somebody like me.
Sure. I think you need a sales type personality, but you also need a certain level of stick-to-itiveness. You need to stay after the task and just continue to chase. I've gone to a ton of sales training seminars over the years, recruiting seminars over the year. They've talked about people that are not expecting instant gratification, because this is definitely not an instant gratification job. People that are fishermen, because they learn the patience and the thoroughness to keep going at it and keep being successful. Someone that's baseball players, where if you're successful 40% of the time, you're at the very top of your game. So those types of folks, because the numbers are not going to be in your favor. If you have to hit home runs every time, you're never going to be a recruiter. So there's certain personality types that certainly work better than others, but I've seen a whole lot of different types work out in this industry. Okay.
So if it's something that catches your attention, at least it's worth, no matter what your age, at least it's worth finding out more information and and exploring, not just I can't, because I've had certain jobs like telemarketing stuff where I tried, I'm like, okay, never again. I can't, this is not the type of person I am. Yeah, but at least it's something where there's a lot more wider of a range of people, and I believe, than myself, probably a lot of people believe that would probably work out at this, where versus just certain fields, it's like a real narrow percentage.
Right.
Okay. Now, we're gonna wind this out with what made you decide to go from working for someone else to say, here in Lehigh Valley, it's time, I can do things a little differently, that this type of scene needs me to go solo, where I can contribute more, I can make more of a difference on my own and with my own company versus working for someone else. What was made you decide that?
I had worked, as I had said, I started or worked for a firm for a little over 3 years down in Malvern. Mm-hmm. Fantastic people, really enjoyed my time there. Came up here and worked for right around 10 years for an organization that, unfortunately, when the economy started going south, ended up struggling. And there was a little bit of, for lack of a better phrase, a traction issue, finding the best fit after that.
Right.
For myself. And after a while, I'd always been successful everywhere I've been, but the fit may not have been the best fit. And after kicking around a couple different shorter term deals, I just decided I'm better off suited making what deals work best for me, because in turn then I can negotiate better deals for my clients.
Right.
I'm not tied into a pricing structure of a larger firm. I'm not tied into someone else's philosophies. I'm burdened only with my own,
Okay.
which allows you to make decisions based purely on business as opposed to the wants and needs of others. And I found that has served both me and served my clients very, very well.
And also probably gives you the ability to, because every client is different, right?
Sure.
At least, whether it's the major points or the subtle points, every client's different. It also gave you the ability to say, okay, well, go to each client and say, okay, I can tailor everything without having to, in the back of your mind, okay, well, if my boss, if my company,
Correct.
I have the ability to say, okay, well, you don't exactly fit the mold or the rules. Guess what? I can go with this.
Right.
Versus, with someone else. So.
Well, you're only responsible to yourself and to your clients then. It's a little scary, but it's also liberating, and it's worked out very, very well.
Yeah, and and speaking from someone who has two things I do on my own, it's truly what you get out of it, what you put into it. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely. We're able to engage in the relationships and the types of relationships we want with businesses, and to the depths we want to be involved in them.
Okay.
And sometimes that's not as possible working for someone else.
Right. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure, and it's been hopefully I know I've learned quite a few things. Hopefully other people have, and hopefully this will draw more attention to your business when they click on the website and see. I'm very impressed with it.
Thanks, Michael.
And what you do, and the reason why you do it, why you have your own company, that's what really got my curiosity going. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Michael.